T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to the Play It By Ear podcast. The podcast where the topics may vary because, hey, we play it by ear. And now your hosts, Eric Fiskus, Brady Liming, and Todd Griffin.
Welcome to episode 87 of the Play It By Ear podcast. Who day?
Bengals are prowling, mean and angry.
Mean and hungry, an offensive boot.
Punt pass or boot.
Is it mean and angry or mean and hungry? Or is it hangry?
Angry and hungry.
Oh, it does both?
Yes.
Gotcha.
And defensively, they're rough.
Tough.
There you go.
All right, 9 people in the room. Got people chiming in. Maxwell, hello.
Just about knocked over my microphone.
Boom,
Hey.
boom.
Hall of
Shake
Famer
the room.
Savannah, hello.
Hello, everybody.
Kirsten.
Kirsten.
Is that like boys to men?
Todd, you're
Tanya.
jaundicing. Your light is changing.
Changing my light. It's awful. Bright in my eyes.
Or is your liver going out?
Probably a little bit of both.
Ooh.
Welcome, Tanya. Been a while.
Tanya. Savannah. Maxwell.
Bakerton.
Shaman.
The old man.
NBA Jam reference. All right. Website right above our heads. We'll be talking about that as we go along.
Cool. I think I get it right after all this time.
Nope.
Your finger's in the wrong place.
And on that note,
Allison.
Allison.
All right. If you have not been here before, we talk 20-ish minutes on a topic. Each of us bring a topic to the table, and more on the ish than the 20. I know we have one part 2 of a topic tonight that Todd will have in the middle segment. I will have our game of the night in the final segment. And Brady will start us off.
Yes, I shall. All right. Speaking of Bengals games, there's something brought to my mind. It was when the entire officiating crew could not decide what was on the ground and what wasn't. I think I invented a few phrases and insults and oaths that was directed at the officials, and it got me to thinking, what are some old-fashioned insults that we need to dust off and bring back? Now, we have dallied into this topic before, where like old phrases and things come back, but this is very Pacific. This is one of those things like irregardless or Valentine's Day. It's very Pacific. But anyway, these are insults. Paschetti, very nice. But these are just a bunch, actually a list of 21 old-fashioned insults that need to be brought back. Are you ready for some linguistic hilarity?
Absolutely.
Let's brighten everybody's day. And now keep in mind, we are not responsible. Our listeners need to be responsible. So I don't want to hear of any of you guys getting thrown out of high school basketball games or, Kroger pickup lines for insulting people. So these are just for enjoyment only. That's our disclaimer. So ready, gentlemen?
Earbuds are among the pillars of society, so they would never be thrown out of anywhere.
This one comes. This was actually from a collection, the 1811 Dictionary of the Vulgar Tongue, by no kidding, by Francis Gross. But this insult is a dillberry maker.
A dillberry maker?
A dillberry maker. Not the dillberry, but the dillberry maker.
I was going to say, I've heard of a dillberry. I've heard of people being called a dillberry.
Is that like shake your dillberry maker?
I don't think you want it that specific. But anyway, it says that the dillberry maker is code for a person's buttle, their anus, and it's a classier way of calling somebody an anus. So they are the maker of dillberries. They are a dillberry maker.
Interesting.
So this was 18 what?
1811. Right before the British burned down the White House. So this is pre-1812.
Nice. I can only imagine what dillberry refers to. I'm assuming I'm correct. Assuming I'm correct on what I'm thinking.
Yes. I don't.
That insult goes along better if you just put up an imaginary name with it, like Bill Baker, the dillberry maker. Just anything that rhymes with it.
Yeah, that is. It's kind of fun. Like I said, that one though, it's not too cloaked. You kind of know what it's talking about. We know enough about our language today that it kind of.
So if you're at a basketball game and you see somebody fake an injury, you can just stand up and yell out, faker, dillberry maker.
Yes. Yes. And nobody would be any the wiser, I'm sure, at least for a few minutes, unless they're our listeners. Then somebody will get a stern talking to. All right. You could call someone the Vice Admiral of the Narrow Seas.
The Vice Admiral of the Narrow Seas.
You're not even the Admiral. You're the Vice Admiral of the Narrow Seas.
That's an insult to someone's intelligence, right?
Absolutely. It's dissing someone. It says basically, if somebody has consumed too much alcohol and they start making a jerk of themselves, or if they're just blathering on and you can tell they don't know what they're talking about, they're the Vice Admiral of the Narrow Seas.
I can see that.
It's a very classy dressing down.
It is, yes.
So, do you have a range in eras of when that was used?
This one doesn't give. It's not as specific as the 1811 version of the vulgar tongue, but oh, wait a minute. Jonathan Green's Dictionary of Slang, but it doesn't. That says where it's noted in that, but I do not know the age on it. There's your homework.
Well, let me look that up whilst you go on.
Okay, you could call somebody an abadoc. Okay, let me make sure I have this right. Abadocomist, an abadocomist, ABYDOCOMIST, abadocomist. That is actually a real term. Dictionary of the Synonymous Words and Technical Terms of the English Language by James Leslie. This is a person who boasts about their lies. I have the biggest house, the biggest bank account, and I'm a genius. That would make me an abadocomist.
So, by the way, Green's Dictionary of Slang is a website.
Oh, that's cool.
Word of the week: donkey lick.
That doesn't leave much to the imagination.
Circa late 19th century through the 1940s, and that means to defeat easily. Thus, donkey licker, a hard puncher, donkey licking, a severe beating.
So,
you took a donkey licking.
so does that mean that you're tough if you took said donkey licking, or does that mean you were weak and you took the donkey licking?
Or is that the verb of what you're putting down on somebody?
Yeah,
it's like the Bengals are going to give a donkey licking to the Chiefs Sunday.
There you go. It's just the description of said beating down.
Okay.
This seems weird when donkeys are known to kick. Why you would talk about them licking? You would think a donkey kicking would make sense. But a donkey
licking just sounds uncomfortable and unpleasant.
It does. So, but if you call somebody a donkey licker, that's in that case, would you be giving them a compliment? If you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I flipped the script on you there. So if getting donkey licked means you got your butt kicked, then the donkey licker would be the butt kicker. Donkey licker, butt kicker.
That sounds like the beginning of a rap song. Donkey Lincoln butt kicking champion crew. Yes. I wonder why the donkey, like why not a horse or a camel, you know? They have gritty tongues also, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't it's like the old commercial. What was the watch took a licking, kept on ticking. Timex. Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's referring to the donkey's tongue. I think it's just referring to the donkey.
Yeah,
giving out a beating.
Yeah, like I've heard that before. Like we got this licked. Like you're gonna conquer it. But so I still think that a donkey licker would be a compliment. If you call somebody a donkey licker, you're complimenting them. So everybody listening should go out tomorrow. And the first person you see, call them a donkey licker.
If I challenge the person.
If they're not a listener to this show, do you think they would take it as a compliment?
So I'm walking through CVG and I see Brock Lesnar. Dude, yes. You're a donkey licker. I don't want to take my chances on that.
You have to be you have to be able to then follow it up quickly with the explanation and the definition, and to as part of it, you have to educate them on the fact that a donkey licker is a good thing. It's
after they ripped out your windpipe.
That's right.
Yeah. So say if you don't do it quick enough, you shall receive said donkey licking.
Yes. And that person, that team or that person that was on the receiving end of that donkey licking, you could insult them by calling them cow-handed.
Cow-handed. Okay.
Cow-handed. This one is a thinker. Since bovines are cloven-hoofed, they obviously don't have hands. Referring to someone as cow-handed means they're awkward as a cow trying to grasp something. So it's like asking a cow to handle a pair of scissors. It's cow-handed. So after somebody's dropped 2 plates of food at the buffet and tripped over, their seat or whatever, they're being cow-handed.
And again, there are lots of other creatures we could pick, but we went with cow.
Yes. An okapi-handed person. that might be a little bit too obscure. But anyway, let's go on to the next one. That comes from Green's Dictionary also. I can tell you what I'm going to be doing when we're done and when I'm settling down for the night. I am going to be visiting Green's Dictionary of Slang.
Yes. Gary has a comment here. I guess he has the captions on our video, and it says donkey liquor as in alcohol.
Oh, man. After consuming some donkey liquor, he became a donkey liquor. That is what you call homophones. This one's fun. What?
Mr. Brewer has had the heifer hand before.
Nice alliteration.
Yes. So does that make it gender specific? So you, Eric Fiscus, are cow-handed. Your wife is being heifer-handed tonight. I don't know why that would go over very well.
And then your child would be a calf-handed.
Yes.
Yes. See? What a well-rounded conversation this is.
Yes.
Hitting all of the... Yeah. You would think we were farmers if you didn't listen any closer.
Well, I can tell you this: we certainly don't sound like embossed carbuncles. This one made me laugh out loud and gross me out. If you call someone an embossed carbuncle, that's taking it up a notch. You just know that William Shakespeare would have to make an appearance when talking about old-fashioned insults. In King Lear, the full quote is, "Thou art a boil, a plague sore, an embossed carbuncle ye." And it's corrupted blood. It's a sick burn. Basically, you're calling somebody a pus-filled skin
cyst.
Boil.
Thank you. A boil.
So which is worse, a cyst or a boil?
Boil just sounds nasty.
Boil, you can really emphasize it and give it some stink. Boil.
Boil.
Boils,
Yes.
Boils
Roll
must
your
be
lips in.
lanced.
Boil.
Dictionary.com defines a carbuncle as a painful inflammation of the subcutaneous tissue. It's like, man, they've been a carbuncle on my anus for years.
Are you sure carbuncles weren't those little crispy things in your Long John Silver's?
I hope not. I have heard of cowpox, so I wonder if a carbuncle is deep fried cowpox. that hit grossly.
Howard is with us. Hello, Howard.
Howard.
Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Claims that Mr. Brewer would be bull-handed, not heifer-handed.
Yes.
We forgot the bull.
Yeah, well, I guess it depends. Could be a bull, could be a steer, depending. Howard, sister, usually interior boils usually come to the surface.
Aha.
No.
There we go. Thank you, Howard. Leave it to the EMT and the med tech people to help us out here.
There you go.
You can insult somebody by saying, okay, Sherlock Holmes has been quoted saying this. This goes back to the era of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, not Boyle. But if you tell someone that they're living in Cumber World, it's fantasy land. So it is basically, you're just like, oh, you're dreaming, or I'll get your head out of the clouds, or you're in Cumber World. Sounds so polished and refined.
You
So
are a citizen of Cumberworld.
Yes.
So then I'm assuming the word cumber, the root word there, I mean,
Cumbersome.
cumbersome, yeah.
That's exactly where it comes from.
Yeah.
But that
Benedict
I don't take that as
Cumberworld.
meaning fantasy. Cumbersome means something is hard to deal with.
Okay, actually, I
Well,
should have went farther.
It can also mean monotonous. So I could see like maybe you lulled off into like a fantasy from being bored.
If I would have continued on, but then we would have never had this cool conversation. I cut it off because it says in Merriam-Webster's Collegiate Dictionary, to say that you live in Cumberworld, it literally means that you're useless and a cumbersome interruption in the world. That's pretty insulting.
That's very insulting.
So then explain to me cummerbund.
Well, it's an unnecessary interruption to your buns when that thing is wrapped around your waist. Those things were really uncomfortable.
I was going to say I wonder what age people are right now who have no idea what a cummerbund is. Like I wonder if, because I mean obviously we still had them when we were in high school and we're renting tuxedos. Although I did go. Did a cummerbund get replaced by a vest? Pretty much.
I think so, but it's not cummerbund.
It's not
cummerbund.
Oh, cummer. I thought it was cummerbund. Okay.
Yeah.
I never knew that. But then again, I never wore one. So because I was getting ready to say before my age, they were starting to phase out, or my high school years. Both of my proms, I got vests instead of, I guess, cummerbunds.
Okay, if some of our younger listeners do not know what a cummerbund is, it is a broad waist sash in various designs, including pleats, that was worn with double-breasted tailcoats. now often worn with single-breasted dinner jackets.
Maybe that's why I never got one, because I couldn't pronounce it correctly, so I was embarrassed. Vest is much easier to say.
But it's cyclical, just like mullets are back. I'm waiting for the unironic, poofy, poofy tux shirts. The frilly ones, like from the 70s, like in the Dust in the Wind video that the guy is wearing. Yes, there is a cummerbund.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it just screams out 80s awesomeness.
Now,
indeed.
Why couldn't you wear a vest and a cummerbund? Because the vest, it wouldn't cover the entire cummerbund. Depending on how high you're riding your cummerbund.
Got a low rider.
Low rider.
But no, for real, like I always thought, of course they thought it was very sharp, but even in its sharpness, I thought that they were very uncomfortable. They just hit you in the wrong.
You had it too tight. You had it too tight.
Too tight. Felt like I was wearing a championship belt. But all right, let's go on to this one isn't too hard to figure out. You might work with a few of these. I'm waiting to see how many of my coworkers are listening to this. I'll find out. But you might work with a Grumbletonian.
Grumbletonian.
So they are a citizen of Grumbleton. They are a Grumbletonian. Someone who complains, especially when it comes to political topics or just, news of the day. They are a Grumbletonian. That one's fun.
From Grumbleville.
Think of Oscar the Grouch was a Grumbletonian. All right. I get this. I got to slow this one down. It looks difficult to say, and I got to make sure I don't mess up. An ultra-crepidarian.
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 Okay.
It is when one offers their opinions above their base of knowledge. So if I start lecturing a doctor about, surgical techniques, I have become an ultra-crepidarian. I'm talking out of my pay grade.
Or you're talking out of something else.
Yes.
You're talking. Well, you're talking out of your. What was that called?
You're.
Oh, daggone! What was number one again? Oh, Dillberry.
Yeah, you're talking out of your dillberry maker.
That's it. Yes.
Boy, that's
quit talking out of your dillberry maker, you Grumbletarian.
You must be living in.
We're going to start distributing together.
There's piles on. Okay. This one made me laugh out loud too. I was one of these yesterday. Man, they're a Duke of Limbs. The Duke of Limbs is someone who is awkward and clumsy. I was walking my dog yesterday, and unbeknownst to me, there is black ice on the road. And I look up and I see the dog slip first. And I'm like, why is the dog And I didn't even complete the thought. And I totally went airborne and did a barrel roll in midair and crashed down on the pavement. I became the Duke of Limbs.
Sing it with me, Eric. Duke of Limbs.
Oh, man.
I have my sunglasses handy for that little ditty. That old chestnut.
That old... I've not referenced the Duke of Earl song in a long time. That just kind of hit my funny bone. I'm going to have to make me a Spotify 50s playlist for when I'm feeling frisky. Like when they do a deep dive. Do you know someone who thinks they are God's gift to the world? Merriam-Webster has uncovered this antiquated gem, but someone who is preoccupied with their appearance and considered foolish for doing so is a prick-me dainty.
A what?
Not pygmy
prick-me
dainty.
Right?
Prick me or prig me?
Prick me dainty.
Prick me dainty.
So,
Arr, prick me dainty.
Arr.
Arr, it's driving me nuts.
So when the missus is taking too long getting ready, Randy the Cane Toad's going to offer his advice here. But when the missus is taking too long getting ready and is making you behind, you could say, "Stop being a prick me dainty." You'll probably get half of that back. But anyway, I just that's and Eric, I agree. That sounds like something a pirate would say.
Or Randy the Cane Toad.
Yeah.
When the
Randy the
Sheila's taking too long.
Randy the Michael Cane Toad.
Rubric? There's a Dirty Rotten Scoundrels reference. You know about that movie? Every time he just dips his hand in that big old vat of dippity doo and slathers it on his head. Gary.
Gary says he doesn't think he can share the captions displayed for that one. The prick me dainty.
I have never watched or listen or I've never watched our show with captions on.
I'll add it to the next time. No, all I can think of is Lita Ford. Wasn't that an obscure Lita Ford song? Freak me once. Come on, pretty baby. Anyway, for our 80s music fans, you'll just have to figure that one out on your own. Okay, this one's pretty simple, but man, it is a classic way to say in that that someone does not look good, looks like they've had a rough night, or maybe they're not put together that well that day. Thou dost infect my eyes. How does this look on me? Thou dost infect my eyes. That would not go well. So
What
that's
about
pretty
saying
simple.
that without the hands over the eyes. Would you think they would get it? Thou
It-
dost affect my eyes.
And you know, I think you have to say that you can't do it this way. It has to be flipped this way in dramatic stage fashion, like, "Heh, that
Yeah.
dost infect my eyes." Okay, you could call somebody you could say that they're out at the elbows. If you are out at the elbows, according to the 1811 Dictionary of Vulgar Tongue, you can really burn someone by pointing out they're in dire circumstances. We have no clue what elbows have to do with it, but if someone told you you were out at the elbows, that was some serious fighting words.
What does it mean?
It says that if they are in dire circumstances. So if they are down to their last dollar and they, frittered it away, it's like it looks like you're down at the elbows, which sounds way nicer than I was expecting something else. I was expecting a clumsy reference when I read this.
Yeah. That's not really an insult.
It's an observation.
Yeah. Less of an insult, more of a, well, man. All I'm going to say is that
it might even be a showing of concern.
Yeah. Man,
son,
you look down at the elbows.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds way too kind. Evidently, what counted as vulgar in 1811 was way nicer than today.
Well, of course, the biggest insult back then, or the biggest get out of my face, was "Good day, sir." Good day.
But
I said good day. You had to repeat it. It wasn't really an insult until you had to repeat it because they didn't react quick enough for you. They didn't move away quick enough.
You had to cut them off mid-sentence.
Yeah, exactly.
Good day.
Try it, Eric.
But I
Try
said
it with
that-
me. Well, let's act it out, Eric.
All right.
Yep.
Are you talking?
Oh, you do the good day. Yeah.
Good day, sir.
But I wanted to ask you about it.
Good day.
And scene.
there we go.
You get it all on the podcast here. You get a little acting.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Oh, man. You could call someone a flibbertigibbet.
I've heard of
The next time
flibbertigibbet.
someone is talking nonsense, you could say, "Oh, that's flibbertigibbet."
I've heard that before.
It's in Merriam-Webster also. This lady really knows her words, that Merriam-Webster. But it also sounds like it could be a synonym for bovine excrement. But, all right. This one sounds pretty self-explanatory, too. If someone is a fool, not just your run-of-the-mill fool, but a major fool, they are a fop doodle.
Now that one we've had before. That was on the one. What is that? Hang on a minute. That is a. What'd you say it was? A person who's
fop
a fool.
Doodle.
No, but if it's a person who's being foolish, is that what you said?
Yes, a major fool.
A major fool. I know that one sounds familiar.
Not your run-of-the-mill fool.
Yeah,
But a major fool.
major fool.
Or it's a cross between a fop and a poodle. but these days, okay. I really liked this one.
A golden fop doodle.
Oh, sorry. That'd be a particularly foolish dog. This term is a sly way to call someone fake. Apparently, it comes from a person being nice to you with the sole intent of back in the day gaining access to your food supply. You would call them a cupboard lover. So if they were being sweet and nice just to eat your rations, they were being that cupboard lover.
That seems kind of strange. Like that's somebody that really couldn't think of anything worse to say. Like you take whatever they were taking. So they were taking stuff out of your cupboard, so they are a cupboard lover. That's like,
well,
ooh.
Well,
like if they steal your clothes, they are a
Closet lover.
closet lover, or they steal your.
Well, but you got to think of the time period, man. If this was back in the time of famine, when poor
but
was actually poor, a cupboard lover, that's a pretty.
But that even proves my point a little more, because I would think during that time you'd want to call them every name in the book, but all you come up with is "you cupboard lover." Just sounds a little bit a little lame. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah.
It made me chuckle though. It also sounds like
I hate a thief. If you steal something from me, I'm calling you worse than a cupboard lover.
Yep, nothing worse. Liars and thieves.
Well, now it's not saying
that a Cher
they're
song?
stealing from you. It says you're being fake with the intention of defrauding them through faux friendship to get into their cupboard. That sounds like a euphemism.
Yeah.
Better trying to get into
Oh,
drawers,
Widow
I
Smith,
guess.
I'd like to get into her cupboard. But, all right.
Howard says,
Oh.
and I think this is where I heard this. Said the phrase "flibberty gibbert" is in Mary Poppins in one of the songs. Also, he says "time of famine." That's a trip to Kroger after 5 p.m. on a Friday, or 6 hours before a snowstorm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
My wife decided we needed groceries on the day of the first Bengals playoff game, with a snowstorm arriving the next day. So is there any worse time to go to Kroger?
The only thing left was Lutefisk and Carl. That's the only thing left on the shelf. All right. If someone is being offensive, unruly, stuck up, and just boorish, they are rambunctious.
Rambunctious.
This nifty insult. That also comes from the 1811 Dictionary of the Vulgar Tongue. And I think the key word there is the first syllable. When someone has consumed too much rum, they become rambunctious. That would be my guess.
So if they drink too much beer, would they be beer bumptious?
Yeah, gin-bunctious. All right. Now let's see, how am I doing on time here? We're getting kind of close. One that I like that I've only seen in some very stiff, like, BBC reenactments of like Wuthering Heights and things like that. But like when you call someone a cur, but not only cur, a mangy cur.
You have the mange, you cur.
Yeah, but a cur is a mutt. It is of ill breeding. So when you call someone a cur, that was a really big deal in, what do you call it? with nobles and titles and things like that in society. If you called somebody a cur, that was doubting their breeding.
Okay,
And
what
if
do
you
that's a
call
better
someone
name.
a mangy cur.
That's a better name for someone fixing to steal your food instead of a cupboard lover. A cur.
Mangy cur.
You mangy cur.
So what do you think I think about when I hear the word cur?
I don't
idea?
know.
Tombstone. One of the great movie lines of all time. Wyatt Earp at the train station, and they're going to go shoot his brother, and he comes up behind and like spurs him in the face.
Yes.
Run, you cur!
Yeah. Yeah.
You tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me.
Yeah.
Hell's coming with me.
Skin that smoke wagon. Skin it.
Oh man.
How did people not die of laughter before the actual gunfight when people said that sort of thing to each other? So we're both going to skin a couple smoke wagons here. It just depends on who skins their smoke wagon quicker.
It sounds like
I
somebody
think I'm
had
a faster
too much of the
smoke
Indian
wagon skinner
buffet.
than you are. And if I beat you, if I'm quicker at skinning my smoke wagon than you are at skinning your smoke wagon, I mean, how do they even keep straight faces?
What if your smoke
But
wagon
what
is
good is a
circumcised?
skinned smoke wagon? What, Eric?
So what if your smoke wagon is circumcised?
Well, then it'd already be skinned.
Skunned.
It's already been skinned. But what good is a skint smoke wagon? Well, why? Like, if it's skint, is it no longer being able to be a smoke wagon? It just makes it a.
I think it's a reference of taking it out of the holster.
Yeah, take it out of the holster. Skin your smoke wagon. The gun is the smoke wagon, and skinning it is removing it from its holster.
Okay, I thought it was like some like food truck or something where it was a smoke wagon where people were selling hams and sausages.
He says it to him when he goes to draw his gun, and he says something along the lines of, "Go ahead and skin that smoke wagon." And again, did people actually use that term? I mean, I'm sure they did. I'm sure it was.
I just thought he was hungry.
No, you surely didn't think that, or you've never watched Tombstone, man.
I don't remember that line, but when I hear I didn't realize that's what it was.
Yeah, I think it's the scene where he's
casino.
dealing cards.
Right.
And the guy goes to pull the gun, and he has the sawed-off shotgun under the table, and he tells him to go ahead and skin that smoke wagon. He says something else.
Oh,
Probably
man,
an unintentional funny line, but
there you go.
Go ahead, skin it. Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
Did you see Kyle's comment there, Eric?
Oh. He'll share for a food truck. Exactly.
I think
Skin
that
that
should be
smoke wagon.
in common police training that you have to say skin that smoke wagon
Before you beat down that mangy cur.
whenever you're involved in it. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I think I've exhausted this topic. This was fun. I only left out a couple because they were one sounds too close to a word that absolutely cannot be said, and the other one was a foreign language that I can't even begin to pronounce. But it's along the lines of a fop doodle, but it's from Yiddish, and I can't pronounce it. So, well, once again, see when somebody cuts you off in traffic, if you call them a dillberry maker or a fop doodle,
Yeah.
or hopefully you don't have to skin a smoke wagon to
If you
get
tell
them
them to
out of your way.
smoke that, I almost said smoke that skin wagon. If you tell them to skin,
That's a different movie.
I was going to say.
Okay, cut and rewind.
Again, a different movie.
Oh, right. There are so many jokes there. I'll text them.
Incoming traffic does not stop. Dillberry maker. Exactly. That's what I will say.
Peterson, you're a Dillberry maker.
Peterson.
Oh man.
All right. Websites.
Now we got it.
Visit our website. Yes, we got www.playitbyyourpodcast.com. You can visit that, and you can become a member of our podcast. Ill prepared. It was your insult for being ill prepared. I didn't have the podcast website ready and ready to go. Brady, is there one in your list for being ill prepared? There we go.
Oh,
all right.
right.
If you look at membership support, if you click on membership support, and you will be taken to our membership page. Let's see. Where's the cat? Here's the cat.
Give us your money.
Scroll down. Buy me a coffee. The link right here will take you to our crowdsourcing website, buymeacoffee.com. Become a member of our podcast, and there are Hall of Famers. Allison and Savannah are in the room with us. Other Hall of Famers, Allison and Savannah. I did say that right, correct? Chuck Griffin, Jessica Longacre, Rhonda Reeser, Christy Rocky, Joe Rocky, all Hall of Famers for the podcast. If you would like to join them, go to our membership page, and you too can become a Hall of Famer. All right, Todd, you have part two.
Right. Yeah. So everybody get out your papers, your scorecards. We are counting down a point system here as to tell us how Southern we are using, I guess, what would be considered Southern foods. And
delicacies.
The last one we left off with, my notes say red eye gravy. So that means the next one on the list. And again, you're giving yourself a point for each one of these that you have consumed. Tomato sandwich. Tomato sandwich.
Now, I was going to say, Brady, you make a face at that. I mean, on its
nothing
surface,
wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well,
it doesn't. It doesn't. I've heard of a lot of people eating them. I think I've had an accidental tomato sandwich, like a BLT, and everything slips off, or you eat all the bacon and everything, and all you have left is a shard of tomato in the toast and the mayo.
They just left out the LT, or they left out the BL.
So I've had that. I've had it before, but it's nothing I have ever made myself.
Yes,
it just sounds unremarkable.
I could see it. I could do it on toast more than just bread.
Yeah.
See, and I would think it would have to have some sort of condiment with it. So I could see a tomato sandwich with mayonnaise.
Mayo, yeah. Miracle's Whip.
Miracles.
Yak.
Brady, you don't know what you're missing. The tart goodness of Miracle's Whip.
Yes.
It's delicious.
It's like morning mouth on a bad day.
All right, next on our list, we have turnip greens. I've never had turnip greens that I know of.
No.
That just kind of sounds like, so did they already eat the rest of the turnip? So they've just saved the greens as a side dish? I'm not even being funny.
No, I don't know. Isn't the entire turnip green?
No, turnips are red, aren't they?
Yeah, red.
Oh. Well, then...
Well, pinkish. Right?
Pinkish, that's right. Yeah, I know what a turnip is now.
Radishes are red or maroonish.
Yeah.
Turnips are
radishes.
pinkish.
Radishes are red, my love. Turnips are pink. Sorry.
All right. Moving on quickly from that. I don't think any of us have had turnip greens that we know of.
No.
Here's one I've never heard of. Give yourself a point if you've ever had Hoppin' John. Hoppin' John sounds like something you would get after eating too much turnip greens. Got a case of the Hoppin' John tonight.
Use Hoppin' Johns all the way down the interstate and all the way down to Interstate 75.
Eric, can you look that up for us? What a Hoppin' John is?
Hoppin'.
Be careful, sir.
Hoppin', like
hopping without the G,
and with the apostrophe over the N. So
Okay.
Hoppin. Yeah.
and then John, like the name John.
Like
Yes.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah. 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 Hoppin' John sounds like a Brown County rapper.
Hoppin' John. I'll make my Lake Winoka gang symbol the layway LW.
All right. Hoppin' John. Okay.
I'm waiting because like I don't even have a guess.
I didn't have a guess either. There it is.
Um,
Hoppin' John.
Doesn't look that repulsive. I mean, it looks like there's some couscous
is that a
in there.
hominy
maybe?
grit?
Is there couscous in there, or is there
Couscous.
what's
I
the
don't-
other stuff?
I
It's
don't
like
think couscous is a very southern thing,
That's true.
unless you're talking about the southern Arabian Peninsula. I don't know.
Couscous.
Couscous squared.
All right. Hoppin' John. What's in it?
Looks like some beans.
I was gonna say there might be a
Peas.
black-eyed pea in there.
Peas.
There's some rices.
Ham hock.
You need that. You need that old wooden spoon there next to it to scrape off the bean skin from the roof of your mouth after eating that thing.
Onion, red pepper, salt, and pepper.
Some celery in there.
Yeah. Well, I was just reading off a recipe there, so I guess
Yeah.
maybe you can add whatever you want to your Hoppin' John.
It doesn't look bad. It looks like something that would be good with a tortilla chip. Like
I say it looks more like a dip, not like a soup. Like that's projecting.
yeah. Well, I don't think
usually
it's
served
projecting as a soup. There's a spoon, but that doesn't mean.
Usually it's served
Stew.
as a side to the main course.
Huh.
In simple terms, a blend of rice and black-eyed peas.
Oh.
We assure you it's much more than that.
Actually looks good.
Often eaten with collard greens. Which are
How about turnip
symbolized-
greens?
Cornbreads.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
What you do with that is you just lay a piece of cornbreads right across it and mash it down, and then you pick up the cornbreads and you just eat it with all those things stuck to it.
That'll spackle your ribs.
Carolina Gold long grain rice.
I like that.
Yeah,
I would
sea
try
island
this
eggs.
definitely.
Yeah.
Pork belly.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Here's your
All
Hoppin'
right.
John.
I haven't had that, so I haven't gotten a point yet tonight.
No, I haven't either.
Next up, we have. This just sounds nasty. Liver mush.
Oh,
That sounds like a wrestling finishing move, like the liver mush.
you may try to take my title, but when I lay down the liver mush on you, you won't be getting up.
Mm.
Take
Liver.
that, Tully Blanchard.
Liver mush in a sea of bile.
Eric, I hate to ask you again, but can you maybe pull that up?
Are
Liver-
you sure?
Liver mush.
Liver mush.
Is that everybody after New Year's Eve? I don't know. That is a joke, by the way.
Liver mush die. Let's see. Wait till the next one.
You know, now obviously put it up here on the screen, but not what I expected it to look like.
Oh, it mush. I know my dad likes mush, and what's weird is mush isn't mush like you would think. I would think mush would be just a globby mess of, but it's like sliced and fried.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what it is. It kind of looks like something haggis-like.
haggis.
It's like it's entrails and corn pone,
It's
and
got
it's
some.
in a loaf.
It's got some
Orgetta.
greens in it, doesn't it?
Or geta. Looks like geta-ish.
Yeah, it's kind of gettish. Yeah.
So,
Well, I don't like
Howard.
livers, so I wouldn't eat it. but-
Oh,
Liver
foie gras.
mush.
Yeah, that
Mashed goose liver.
That
Goose.
paid the Froisgrois.
Pate de Froigroy.
Oh, you have to
Oh.
roll your tongue.
Sounds like you're saying it underwater.
Allison loves the southern foods. Sounds like home to her. And Allison
By the
agrees,
way,
almost
Allison
like
is in
that.
Sweet Home, Alabama right now.
Nice.
Sweet home, man.
All right.
Oh, dear.
Spleen slush.
That's nasty. Sound.
Next on the list, rabbit stew. Electric
Rabbit
Boogaloo. Yeah, rabbit stew. So I'm assuming it's just stew with rabbit meat in it?
Lupine casserole.
I've never had rabbit stew either. Either one of you guys ever have it?
No.
Nope.
Like I
Anybody
said,
have
gator is
anybody
about the
with
most
anything to
exotic
say?
meat I've ever had.
Next on the list, pretty sure we've all had this: red beans and rice.
Oh, I love it. Yes.
Yeah.
On the fast food lilt, Popeyes has wonderful red beans and rice as a side dish. I could go there and just get sides of that, even though Popeyes chicken's delicious.
My only
But
problem,
red
though,
beans
is
and rice.
red beans and rice is not something that you would typically equate to fast foods. So
It's well, you kind of know how like Kentucky Fried Chicken does its mashed potatoes and gravies in a
yeah.
styrofoam cup. That's kind of the same thing.
I think
Almost the same
Bojangles has it too.
consistency.
I like
Really?
Bojangles. Yeah, I think they have that.
I'm not sure I've had red beans and rice. I've had black beans and rice.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Skyline has a black beans and
Oh
rice
yeah,
bowl.
yeah.
If I'm remembering correctly, and I'm trying to, I think it's New Orleans, where like there's a certain day of the week, like I think it literally is Tuesday, where Tuesday is red beans and rice day. So in all the mom and pop cafes and everything, it is just expected when you go in, you could get that staple, and it's always on a certain day. Maybe Allison can like confirm or deny this.
Now this forces you to change the name, I guess, since the name of that is just literally the two ingredients in it. But I like to cut up some kielbasa in there, and you have red beans and rice with kielbasa chunks.
I think it's got ham in it. It's got ham chunks in it.
Yeah, we. I don't. Yeah, it might, but I'm saying here we put kielbasa in it.
Kielbasa.
Yeah.
Kirsten has had rabbit pot pie.
Maybe pat.
Yeah.
Kirsten, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that your dad made that for you.
For our friends that do not know Kirsten, her dad and family was avid outdoorsman. He's an outdoorsman, and I still remember the time she said that they had sloppy moose and bear ham.
So is
that
that
they
a
had
drunk
sloppy
moose?
moose.
Was the moose? Is that a drunk moose? A sloppy moose?
Yes,
Like
or
it was-
maybe it was a
it was-
cow-handed moose.
It was drunk when it was hunted.
Yes.
Mooses have knuckles, so
You mean meese?
Moose.
So does Walmart.
Next we have Brunswick Stew.
Is it in Georgia?
Brunswick Stew.
Brunswick stew. Well, now
That sounds like something. That sounds like some sort of like early, like torture method, like tarred and feathered. You could either be tarred and feathered, or we dip you in the Brunswick stew.
It
I think I would choose Brunswick stew.
all right. Here's the Brunswick stew. I think it looks pretty tasty.
That doesn't look bad at all. That's vegetable soup,
I was gonna say it's
Yeah.
potatoes.
vegetable beef soup.
Yeah,
This has to be, since it's southern, it has to be Brunswick, Georgia, which is on the coast. So can I go out on a limb? Is there some kind of seafood in that?
no,
I'm not seeing any seafood.
just taters, corn. It's vegetable soup. I see some lima beans in there
lima beans, corns, yeah.
and shredded meat.
Taters.
Eric, are you looking up the? I'll look up the ingredients.
There was no fist in there. I can tell you that. It would have made it to the top. You would have been able to see it.
It would have swam to the top.
That was good with that would be good with some grilled cheese.
Okay. It is a tomato-based stew, generally involving local beans, vegetables, and small game meat, such as squirrel or rabbit.
Yeah.
Its exact origin is debated.
Probably not much different than rabbit stew.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looked tasty.
Yeah, not bad at all.
All right, we've talked about this next one. Corn pudding.
Yeah.
I've had corn pudding, but I prefer scalloped corn over corn pudding.
I've had it. I don't hate it or dislike it. And it doesn't set my world on fire either. It's like, yeah, it's okay. I haven't had a terrific corn pudding, and I haven't had a rotten corn pudding.
You need to have the Griffin recipe scalloped corn. We don't call it no corn's pudding.
Well, corn pudding it's like cornbreads in it, like they do at City Barbecue anyway.
So this might be your.
I've never had corn puddings at City Barbecue. I've had cornbreads at City Barbecue, like the little loaves.
They have corn puddings
tasty
there too. Matter of fact, it's the only place I've ever had it.
Yeah.
Here's a recipe for Grandma's corn pudding. It's comfort food.
Does it got a crap ton of cheese in it? Then I don't want to eat it.
Eggs, butter, milk, cornstarch, corn kernels drained, creamed corn,
Green gearn.
sugar, milk. Yeah, it just sounds like
No
a
cheese.
sweet cornbread. No cheese. It is a sweet cornbread casserole.
See, here's the corn. What? Oh, hold on.
That's the
That looks
Brunswick.
like Brunswick Stew.
Brunswick Stew. Get to the right place here.
Whoa,
right there in the
corn
can.
pudding.
Right there in the can, it says Brunswick Stew.
It does.
That looks pretty good. Some of them do. Now, some of them I don't look like I would care for.
Well,
What?
you don't want to put
What's
in
Sarah
there.
Jessica Parker got to do with corn pudding?
I saw one there that had like green stuff in it. You don't want any green stuff. No jalapenos or anything in your corn's pudding.
No.
Some people do.
Now, that one that's 3, yes. Now, that
There
one
you
looks
go.
okay.
There you go.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Eric, now see if you can't find a picture of scalloped corn.
All right. I can do that.
Now,
We're educating our audience here, along with ourselves. Whoa, corn pudding. Whoa.
Scallop gearn.
yeah,
They kind of look almost one and the same.
that's not a great picture. But didn't we decide at one time that scalloped means it just has cheese, a crap ton of cheese in
sort of.
it? Eric's gone.
Whoa. Are we still in the airs? I believe we are.
I don't know. This has never happened before.
Well, shall
What
we
do
sing?
do?
Took
What do we
myself
do?
took myself right out of the studio.
We were panicking.
Hit the wrong
So is there going to be a gap, or could they continue to hear us, Eric?
They could continue to hear you two.
Yeah.
Well, thank God we didn't go off script.
Since we are so good at sticking to a script here.
No, it's-
Next up on our list, we have Fatback. Knick knack
What?
paddywhack, I still got the fatback.
What, pray tell, is fat back?
I'm assuming it's something to do with bacon. It reminds me of something you would call like a bacon type product.
Like jowl bacon? Except this is fat back.
Fatback's what you don't even have to actually say. You just kind of got to get real. You want some. Everybody knows what you're talking about.
Do that again?
You want some.
If you run that
Yeah,
backwards. it's a
yes, 2
normal.
pieces of fatback, please. All right.
All
2
right,
pieces of. Coming at you.
Would that be 2 fat backs or 2 fats back?
So I was about to be offended when I saw Gary's comment here. He said, "No loss."
Eric's gone. No loss.
Then he qualified it. No loss of video, that is. Thank you.
Yeah.
Eric, I hate to ask you again, man, but we got to see some fatback. Can you pull up a picture of fatback on the screen there for us so we can?
Be
I
careful.
bet it's a. I'm guessing it's some sort of bacon.
Let me pull up my shirt here.
Yes, make sure you spell it very accurately. Fatback.
Well, no, I mean, if baby's got fat back,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, make
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Well, make sure you're very careful what you're. Don't pull a Whoppers incident like I did with Ethan when he was a Ute. He
I
got
gotta
on this.
hear that. You gotta explain this, man.
Well, he got on this kick at I don't know 4 or 5 years old around there where he loved Whoppers, the candy, and I was on the computer doing some homework or something one night, and he comes up and he's like, Dad, he's like, can you Google Whoppers for me on the internet? And so I Googled Whoppers images, and let's just say they weren't all mounds of candy.
They're mounted to something, I bet.
Yeah, so gotta be careful
my
out
gosh.
there. Yeah,
Ooh. That just looks like like when you drain off the grease and you put it in a pan that catches it. That looks like the runoff from the grease pan cut into slices.
and they froze it, and then yeah.
I think that looks disgusting.
That looks like
Is that fried right there, or is that pre-fried? Do they have any fried fatback? Like something with a little more pink?
if you look real closely, there is a non-endorsement from the American Cardiologists Association. Phew.
Yeah,
That has to be good though if you fry it up and put it in some potatoes, some taters, and some eggs.
Here we
That's-
go.
Okay.
Hold on.
Hold on. Well, now it looks like a fair food of some sort.
It looks like a funnel cake.
It looks like Brady's food after he got done eating it. That's just a sack of handles. That's a fat sack of handles.
It looks like funnel fries or something.
That looks like somebody that just eats the curls out of the curly fries.
and leaves the hooks.
All right. All right. Last one on this column. Give yourself a point, and we've all had it. If you've ever had any fried bologna.
Ooh, yeah.
Fried bologna.
Yeah.
You got it. I'm surprised though. That more people don't know when you put a circle of bologna in the frying pan. You got to cut 2 little relief slits. Otherwise, it'll cup up on you. It'll cup up.
Don't want that.
No.
Get in a meat cup.
All right. Allison likes the fried fatback. And she says you put it in your peas and beans for flavor.
Is fatback kind of like chitlin? Or is chitlin something else?
Chitlin, I thought chitlins were entrails.
Yeah, those are entrails.
Okay.
Kirsten. Handles, yes.
Kirsten has experienced my handle eccentricities.
See, careful there. That was
Stop.
next on the list. We have fried squirrel.
Fried squirrel.
Fried squirrel.
I'm gonna do it. In glory. Don't you want some cornbread and collard greens and squirrel gravy? The guy goes
And
nuts.
some. I've never had fried squirrels.
No.
Boiled peanuts.
Yes,
I've
and
had those, yeah.
disgusting.
I don't know that I've had boiled peanuts. I've had peanuts. When would they have been boiled, or where would have they been boiled? I guess in the South.
Yeah, I mean, I had them in South Carolina.
They're kind of strong. And Eric, you'll know what I mean. They're not very tasty.
They're soggy.
Yeah. There's a
Saggy.
weird.
But Todd, you would hate them. They're wet food.
Oh,
soggy.
no.
Oh.
No wet peanuts for me.
Soggy nuts. No.
Chitlins next on the list.
Chitlins.
I've never had chitlin.
Yeah, it's like I've actually heard people say the chitlins when they're being prepared stink
Oh, I'm sure they do.
because they're filled with bile and
I would say though that the same anyone who enjoys chicken livers would enjoy chitlins. Wouldn't you? I mean, I can't imagine drawing the line like you eat chicken livers but not chitlins.
you'll eat the liver but not the spleen and the gut.
Yeah.
No.
You'll eat the liver but not the chit.
Yeah.
All right. Pear salad.
I like pears.
I don't like pears.
You don't like pears? Why don't you like pears?
I just don't. Of all the fruits that I could probably never eat again, that doesn't make sense. If there's any fruit that I could never eat again, it would be a pear, probably.
Really?
Yeah.
Haven't you ever had those when you go to like Jungle Gyms or Kroger when they have the Mount Fuji pears that come in their own little koozie to keep them from bruising, and they're just delicious.
It's not a pear. There's something about the texture of them.
They are a little gritty, aren't they?
When you get into the pear meat, yeah, it's gritty.
Kirsten, she commented that squirrel is delicious. I don't want to steal Eric's thunder, but it seems like eating squirrel would be a lot of work. Like there's not a lot of there.
Not a lot of return for your effort.
But
Unless you get a real heavy, like a good sized squirrel.
a rotund squirrel.
What part of the squirrel has the most meat?
Squirrel butt, wouldn't it? They've got
the squirrel hocks, like the
squirrel
squawks. I mean, people eat their brains.
What?
I think people eat squirrel brains.
Zombies, maybe.
No, I'm pretty sure they eat squirrel brains. I think my mom tells us about eating squirrel brains when she was.
Oh my gosh, there's no sense for that.
All right, trying to get through here quickly. We got butter beans. I've definitely had butter beans.
Yeah. I like me beans. I like my beans, but I do not like butter beans, and I do not like lima beans. They're one and
Really?
the same to me. They're just not a very tasty bean.
Is a butter bean one of those that's like kind of shaped like a clam? A little
Yeah,
bit, kinda
it's
fan, half
kind of
like
large.
like a fan, like a half, like a
Yeah,
like a-
it's flat, and it kind of has a weird texture when you eat it. It's just, and it's not very. I don't know. You think a bean's a bean, but it's kind of got a weird taste to it to me.
Jambalaya.
Yeah,
Jambalaya.
had some jambalaya,
I've had jambalaya.
the land food version, not the seafood version.
Next, one of my faves. I think I still have the record. Deviled eggs. Deviled eggs.
No satanic
What is
eggs for
not
me
to like about deviled eggs?
No.
because
Eric.
they smell like flatulence.
Eric, I'll go to you. Brady, I'm not even going to ask Brady. Eric, you like eggs, don't you? I thought you eat eggs.
I do eat eggs.
And you like Miracle's Whip, which a lot of people put. And you like
I like my eggs warmed. I don't want to eat a cold egg.
really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's that's
ate-
really the only reason I don't eat them. They're
At-
cold.
As a teenager at my aunt's house, I ate 17 in one setting.
Oh my gosh!
And
Putrid mess you must have been.
I was going to say, the people who are around you for the next 2 days perished.
Oh, that just pure sulfur, you know. And that, besides the Miracle Whip and the yellow nastiness, but I think deviled eggs have just a gassy odor, and I'm smell triggered, and they're just really.
See, I think you're confusing just deviled eggs with hard-boiled eggs. Deviled eggs don't. I mean, they don't.
Like,
If anything, deviled eggs, the sweetness that you put in them they take over the sulfur smell. I think you're just thinking of a hard-boiled egg cut up.
see, I don't like hard-boiled eggs. the
Yeah,
same reason.
but deviled eggs don't smell. They don't smell any more sulfurish than just a cut up hard-boiled egg. Oh boys.
Well, before we go on, we have some comments here.
oh my, Kirsten.
Kirsten was talking about the several squires. I'm not sure which.
Squirrels.
Squirrels, okay.
Front
Front
legs.
legs and shoulders have the most meat, hind legs as well, and back straps.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. The straps. Yeah.
Well, but squirrels have little T-Rex arms. I mean, you know, it'd be like ooh. They're too cute for me to eat.
They are nasty, nasty creatures.
Yep.
Just like chipmunks. Damn things will ruin you. All right, po' boys. I've had a po' boys. I've had shrimp po' boys.
Yes.
I've had crab po' boys. Fried gizzards. And again, if you like chicken livers, that you would eat chitlins and fried gizzards. In fact, I could see that being a nice like appetizer medley. You know, like you might get potato skins, cheese sticks, and kitchen chips. Well, somewhere in the South, you could probably get chitlins.
What's a kitchen
fried
chip?
gizzards, and the other one, chicken livers. You've never been to the Roses before and gotten their kitchen chips?
Like,
Where else are they going to be made?
Well, you didn't ask that. You asked what they were. Have you ever ordered them at La Rosa's? Then you've had kitchen chips.
Oh, well, I certainly haven't had the bathroom chips.
It's literally what they're called. It's kitchen chips.
Okay, Todd, the resident of the South says you're in violation. You cannot mix those.
I stand corrected. I'm sorry. So is there a reason why? Is that just too much? Too much?
You can't eat the whole excretory system in one sitting.
You can have the intestine, but you can't have the liver or the spleen.
All right, we got 4 on the list remaining. Let's finish it up. Chocolate gravy.
Is it a dessert?
Wasn't that what the guy that the basketball player that broke the backboard was it his? Well, oh, that was Chocolate Thunder.
Chocolate Thunder.
That was Chocolate Thunder.
Jumping down the court, chocolate gravy. He's running all over the place.
How dare you besmirch Daryl Dawkins?
Daryl
By
Dawkins,
calling
that's
him
right.
chocolate gravy.
Wasn't he the first? Daryl Dawkins was the first one to break the backboard, wasn't he?
I'm not sure about that.
I'm pretty sure he was.
Yeah. Oh.
Can you look up chocolate gravy for us, Eric?
I'm on it.
Chocolate gravy.
So, is it chocolate or is it gravy?
It's chocolate gravy.
Complete in a ladle, coming out of a ladle.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, it just looks like chocolate over a biscuit.
I don't think it's chocolate, though. I think it's actually gravy. Or is it chocolate?
That'd be the ultimate pump fake, wouldn't it? Chocolate gravy. No, it's just beef base. We just lied to you.
I got to look it up.
Here, I can do it easily. I can look up the ingredients. Eric pulled up the picture.
So, Allison, by the way, says don't mix the chicken with the pork entrails.
So chocolate gravy is exactly what it says. It's a variety of gravy made with fat, flour, cocoa powder, and varying amounts of sugar. So it is a dessert type thing. Something to put on
like a desserty breakfast gravy. Yeah, that sounds interesting.
I've never had that, so
Never had it, but I would.
Yeah. Next we have Gator Tail.
Yeah, I've had it. Well, I think we've discussed this before.
I've had Gator jerky. I'm sure that's not its tail.
I've had Gator Tail and it tastes like a McNugget or a chicken nugget. There, I did it again. But I've had it twice. The first time I was like, oh, this tastes like chicken, not bad. It's a St. Augustine staple. It's a local thing. But the second time I had it, it was very, very chewy, and I couldn't get past the first bite. It was like, it was too bouncy, and I couldn't even eat it. The tough gator.
I have had alligator before, though. Matter of fact, right here at in Milford, they have a restaurant that has gator bites. But I wonder if I don't think it's its tail, though. Again, I don't know what part it's made of.
I think most of them are tail.
Oh, really? So
It's the meatiest part.
2 left. Poke salad.
Poke, P-O-L-K.
P-O-K-E. P-O-K-E salad. Poke.
Here, I'll look that one up.
All right. I didn't know if Eric was going for a picture.
I'm looking for a
Better not.
I don't know about that. Brady will dry heave when he sees it.
Oh, that's poke weed.
Yeah.
What's poke salad made of?
It looks
sprouts.
like vomit. This looks like vomit. Yeah, Brady.
There you go.
Yeah. It looks like somebody ate too much almonds and shrimp and yacked it on a plate of lettuce.
That looks like it needs about a half a bag of sawdust dropped on it. Is there cheese there? What's their yellow string? Is it like
I think those are orange peppers.
Oh yeah, then that might not be too bad. What's the pinkish stuff? The meat? Is there meat, bacon?
Well, it says it's American pokeweed is an herbaceous perennial plant. It grows 4 to 10 feet high, and it has red or purplish stems and a white taproot. How did this poisonous plant become one of the South's most lovable local dishes? Is what it says. So it kind of just looks like a wild plant root. You know, it just
it's
wildly
poisonous if you don't cook it properly.
It's like fugu.
Yeah, it's like let's take a chance. You gonna be poisoned when you eat the poke salad?
So, yeah, the recipe I'm looking at says it has bacon in it. So I think that see the bacon, like the pinkish kind of curled meat.
Yeah,
that's bacon. It looks like it has some sort of sauce on top of it, like a.
Is the orange things? Is that ribboned carrots or is that like a pepper?
That's the peppers.
Okay.
There's peppers. There's well, this recipe says eggs. I don't see any eggs on that particular picture. I got to be honest. I'd try that. That doesn't look too bad. I mean,
almonds?
It looks bad. It looks terrible, but it looks like it might taste good.
Yeah.
Last but not least on the list, we have chicken's livers. So again, if you eat liver mush, chitlins, gizzards, then you eat chicken livers. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
With a nice bottle of Chianti.
All right, gentlemen, what is your final score?
My final score is 10.
So it says here, Eric, that... Okay, so I don't get the bottom of the scoring. 1 through 5 says, might be a Yankee. 6 through 10 says, how's your mom-and-em?
Mom-and-em.
Like mom-and-em, yeah.
Mom-and-em. So you're a little Southern.
Yeah, so Eric, how's your mom-and-em is your category. Brady, what were you?
I'm also in that category.
What number, though?
Well, I'm sorry, 6.
You were barely in the how's your mom-and-em.
No, I'm sorry, 7. I'm sorry, 7.
Still,
I added 7.
6 through 10 is the how's your mom-and-em. Believe it or not, I have 16. And 11 through 15 is born and breaded. And 16 plus says show enough Southern. So I am show enough Southern.
Wow.
I'm ignoramus. Like from Cracker Barrel.
So that really is an accurate scoring of the litmus of our food proclivities.
Yeah.
But I like Southern food and comfort food. I just don't go off the reservation much, you know?
Well, Southern food in general is off the reservation. I mean, really.
What was my comment the other night? Hot, brown, and plenty of it. That's what I think of when I think of Southern food, you know, like from City Slickers. Food's hot, brown, plenty of it.
All right, so that is our list. If anybody was keeping score at all, and you want to share what you were, I'm guessing a few of our listeners there are definitely in the show enough Southern category.
I would think, and again, as we talked about before the topic last week started, us being where we are, we're kind of the gateway to the South, so there's a lot of Southern cuisine mixed into what we do here. Gary Troutman also 16.
Nice. Show enough Southern, Gary.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm a liar still. Sorry, my actual score is 8. I'm still in the category.
Yeah, still in the category.
But, yeah. Discounted. I'm half as Southern as Todd.
All right. Good topic.
Time for the gain.
Time for the gain.
After we talk about the website again.
Ooh.
Playbyyourpodcast.com. And
why am I all messed up tonight? There we go.
All right, we always talk about our isms here. The ism I have pulled up here is kind of in honor of the topic we just had, country, which is our pronunciation of country as it applies to country music and its paraphernalia, especially when it's obnoxious. Quote, we are in a restaurant in the suburbs in Ohio. Why is that idiot wearing a duster, spurs, and a cowboy hat? He is pure country. And of course, the next definition there also mentioned in our last topic, handles. For those of you who are new to our show, handles the part of a food item that has been held betwixt your fingers that is cast aside as rubbish because it has ceased to be food and becomes a disposable utensil. Quote, oh man, Brady left behind a bunch of French fry handles on his tray because he fears them soiled and sharpened hazard.
The country thing, that is based on a true story. I still remember we had gone to Maysville to the movies, and this guy literally crossed the crosswalk like he was about ready to hit the Oregon Trail. He was in a full-length duster and spurs and hat, and that's when, line dancing and
as he crossed the road, you heard clink, clink.
Oh, yeah, when Kicks and Dunn and all them guys were popular. And
maybe he was an extra in a movie or something, Brady. You don't know, man. Maybe he was a
I
smoke break
know.
From
yeah, one of those super starched collarless shirts.
Did you
and
yell
the thunder
out,
was rolling.
Did you yell out the window, hey, skin that smoke wagon, see what
Smoke
happens?
that skin wagon. Skin her back.
All right. Game of the evening is confident. Confidence? Question mark. So you gentlemen will need a writing utensil and paper.
Got it.
Let me get my stylus and papyrus.
So, by the way, Gary, talking about chocolate gravy, says it's runny pudding, which, I could eat that. Chocolate gravy on biscuits.
Biscuits.
All right, so our game, confident, question mark. To refresh your memories, it's been a while since we played, about 10 episodes ago.
Is there just a picture of Jack Palance on the box doing a one-arm push-up?
There should be.
With what is it? Oh, crap. Not blue velvet. What was the stuff he wore? What was the
crushed velvet?
No, aqua. What was the stuff he was?
Aqua velva.
Aqua velvet. Yeah, it was dripping off his nose.
Old Spice.
I don't think.
All right. So again, to talk about our game here, I'm going to give you a question which corresponds to a number. So you are to come up with a range of numbers that includes the number in the answer.
Okay.
So if the true answer is within your range and you have the smallest range, you get the point. So let's say the answer is 100 and you give a range of 99 to 101.
You get more points, or
Right.
you get the kitty.
You get the kitty. If you don't get the number within your range, the person with the closest range to the number will get the point.
Gotcha.
So both of you will answer on each question.
Okay.
Okay.
Using two numbers, correct?
Two numbers.
A low and a high.
A low and a high. And again, you want the shortest range possible. Like if you really know the answer, you want a really small range of numbers.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's see. I think we could maybe play to 10.
Sounds
I think
good.
we have time. All right, here we go. This question is on Asia. Okay.
I love that band.
Me too. What percentage of the world's population lives there? Now, Turkey is included in Asia, but Russia isn't.
Okay, that is helpful.
Okay. So again, what percentage of the world's population lives in Asia? Turkey is included there, but Russia is not. As always, we invite our audience to guess as well.
All right.
I got my answer.
Go ahead. Well, let Eric be the host.
All right. Now, Brady can go first. Brady?
55 to 65%.
55 to 65%. Todd?
I had 65 to 78%.
65 to 78%. The answer is 60%. So
Brady gets it, yeah.
Gets it. His numbers were within the range. Matter of fact, right dead center
Dead
of
center.
the range.
Dead nuts.
Dead nuts. All right. 1-0, Brady.
Am I on an 0-2 losing streak here, Brady?
I believe you are.
I do have a little bit of a streak going on.
No. You destroyed me in the feud, and then I destroyed you last week with the game we were playing.
Yeah.
So it's
All
a
right.
tiebreaker. Rubber match.
Rubber.
Boing.
Okay. Next question is on the kangaroo. What is its top speed in miles per hour? It's not just casual hopping.
Wouldn't it be HPM, hops?
Hops per hour?
Or HPH, yeah. Let's see.
So again, the question on the kangaroo, what is the top speed of the kangaroo in miles per hour?
All right.
All right,
course
Todd?
I said 6 to 13.
6 to 13. Brady?
30 to 40.
That fast?
30 to 40.
Man.
And quite honestly, neither of you were fast enough.
Wow.
44 miles
Jeez,
per hour.
Pete's. You know, I was just telling somebody last night, a kangaroo is, you don't want to mess with those. They're nasty. I mean,
and they have long nails.
I was going to say, and the way they use them, they will get you in a headlock with their upper body, and then kick you in the back straps with their nails and try to get you where your organs are.
They got a nasty dew claw too.
And they take their what do you want to call it? Their enemy. They try to drown them. They try to take them near water and hold their head underwater.
Yep.
Now we know they can run 44 miles an hour. That's
a scary critter.
You can't compete with that. So nobody gets a point there, right?
Brady gets a point. He was closest.
Oh, I thought it's not Family Feud rule or Price is Right rules.
Nope. If you don't get the number in your range and you're closest.
Excuse me.
All right, so Brady up 2-0. U.S. vodka sales. Vodka. How many bottles of vodka were sold in the United States in the year 2019? So this is in millions, based upon the volume equivalent of a 750 milliliter bottle.
So how many boxes?
How many bottles?
Oh, how many bottles in the okay.
Yeah. So again, this is U.S. vodka sales. How many bottles of vodka were sold in the year 2019? This is in millions. Millions.
Okay.
Based upon the volume equivalent of 750 milliliter bottles.
I think I have an answer.
Well, hold on. Is Todd done?
Not yet.
I got a little bit of methodology here.
I can't wait to hear your formulaic equation on Vodka.
Vodka.
All right, I'm ready.
All right.
Right.
So I said my range is 50 to 60 million. There's approximately 350 million residents of the United States.
Correct.
Not everybody consumes a bottle of vodka, but when one goes to the local watering hole to consume some vodka, it's usually done in shots or, if it mixed into drinks. But the people that drink it drink a lot of it. So that's why I'm going in the range 50 to 60 million.
Okay. Todd?
I said 100 to 140 million.
100 to 140 million. Well, gentlemen, we are bigger lushes than what you give us credit for.
Wow.
890 million bottles of vodka.
That's like 3 bottles per human.
Nearly 4 bottles per adult of drinking age. America's favorite spirit, slightly ahead of whiskey. Would never have thought that.
Wow. That's rot gut inducing.
Yeah. So Gary guessed 21.3 to 23.7.
I can see it though. I mean, I can see it being higher in whiskey because typically it's more mixable. Like people,
Right.
Yeah.
So, Todd,
I get the
board.
point. That's right.
Point.
Circle gets the square.
Indeed. All right, gentlemen. Schmelman.
Gentlemen, Schmelman.
This one is about members of United States Congress. What percentage are female? This is across both houses as of the spring of 2020.
What percentage?
What percentage are female? This is members of the U.S. Congress across both houses together. Answers, gentlemen. Schmidman.
I had 18 to 25%.
18 to 25%. Brady.
I said 9 to 14%.
9 to 14%. Answer 24%. So Todd has that number in the back end of his range. 126 women hold seats, 25 in the Senate and 101 in the House of Representatives. Of the developed country, Sweden has the most gender-balanced parliament with a 46% female representation. We're knotted up at 2, gentlemen.
Dog knotted.
All right. Question is on monster trucks.
Oh, I know all about this.
Question
is, say
is,
we're both experts.
Question is, how far can they travel on a gallon of gasoline in feet?
In feet?
In feet. So again, monster trucks. How far can a monster truck travel on a gallon of gasoline in feet?
Okay, I'll fire away.
Let's make sure Todd's ready here.
Truly going with my gut.
You ready, Todd?
No, I keep changing. Because are we talking just by itself or going over the cars? Like smashing the cars?
I think you're overthinking that one, man.
That would change it, though. That would change the... First of all, it's sloshing around.
Yeah.
There is no discrepancy here, or
no distinction.
Yeah,
right,
distinction. Okay, Brady?
I said 8,000 to 13,000 feet. Slightly more than a mile.
8,000 to 13,000 feet. Todd?
I said 200 to 600 feet.
200 to 600 feet.
1 gallon.
1 gallon.
1 gallon.
Yeah, one gallon, not a tank. Dang it.
So 1 galloon.
It's probably lower than that.
Yeah.
Yep.
750 feet.
Dang.
That's right.
See?
A monster truck gets
'Cause
about
Go
a
ahead.
tenth of a mile per gallon, or 0.14 miles per gallon. So you need 7 gallons to travel a mile.
I get 700 per gallon. Miles? No, feet.
Todd roars into the lead. 3-2. All right. Next question is on Meryl Streep.
Oh, good Lord.
Meryl Streep.
How many times has Meryl Streep been nominated for an Oscar?
Too many.
For a leading or supporting role as of 2020, she holds the record. So that gives you a little indication there.
I don't know Miss Streep, but I'm just not I'll go on my screed later.
Todd?
I say 8 to 12.
8 to 12. Brady?
I said 10 to 20.
10 to 20. Answer is 21.
Ooh, I was almost there.
You were almost there. You sold Meryl Streep short. Of those 21 nominations, she has won 3. So her winning percentage is not real good. But Kramer versus Kramer, Sophie's Choice, and The Iron Lady. Katharine Hepburn is the only other actor or actress to have won more with 4 wins. Now, I didn't know that. I mean, you think 3 Oscars, that's not very many, but it's the most. Other than Katharine Hepburn.
I could say I enjoyed one Meryl Streep movie, River Wild.
Yeah.
That's because Maggie the Golden Retriever and Kevin's Bacon.
I didn't mind Silkwoods.
Let me look at her.
IMDb.
Yeah, because I think she's been in some movies that I've liked that would have been good with or without her.
Yeah.
Her contribution didn't make the movie good. Is that what you're saying?
See here. Yeah.
I don't want it to sound
All right.
personal. Just Sophie's Choice is not the kind of movie that would be my choice.
Sophie's Choice is not Brady's choice.
She was in this Netflix movie that's popular right now, the Don't Look Up, which I have to say I enjoyed. Let's see. Let me see here. Yeah, not much else that I.
Like I said, I like Silkwood.
Doubt was a good movie.
Never seen it.
Yeah.
Lions for Lambs was a pretty good movie.
Water for Chocolate.
Pretty Home Companion, never seen that. A Series of Unfortunate Events.
Oh,
The Manchurian Candidate was good. The 2004 version was. The Hours was good. Like I said, I mean, some of these I just forgot. I didn't really think about being in. River Wild, I like that, like Brady says. House of Spirits, I refuse to watch. I refuse to watch any movie that has a title like that, like Snow Falling on Cedar, Cider House Rules, any movie that has that type of title.
yeah.
Postcards from the Edge, She-Devil with Roseanne.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Out of Africa, I've never seen.
That is my prototypical Meryl Streep movie. Why I don't watch them. I just remember that I watched 15 minutes of it on VHS, and it could not be ejected fast enough because I fell asleep. Meryl Streep in Out of Africa is the human Quaalude.
I think, Eric, I'm like you. I think I like Silkwood. I liked Kramer versus Kramer.
Never
Dustin
seen it.
Hoffman. The Deer Hunter. And that's as far as I'm going back. But anywho.
All right.
Forgot my good luck gain sucker for a minute there.
There you go. Amazing you're tied without
That's
the
right.
sucker. Food is our next question. How long does it take to digest? On average, in hours, all the way from eating to booping.
Is that what it says?
It says pooping.
Oh. Gosh, we're 10.
I think you're
Are we
giving us
talking
a
like
few
one
years.
bite? Like, wouldn't it matter how much? Wouldn't it depend on how much you eat?
Wouldn't it matter the kind of food? Like a stick, like a wad of Hubba Bubba, as opposed to like some pudding.
A Hubba Bubba won't go through you. It'll just stay in your stomach forever, remember? That's what
No,
they told us.
it goes.
When
through,
you get to be
trust
our
me.
age, even Hubba Bubba goes right through you.
Like grease to a goose.
Straight water. Grease through it. I'm perplexed by this question because again, I don't know what it like. Does it mean a calorie? How long does 1 calorie take to burn or something like? What is it asking?
No, it's asking like from eating to pooping.
Okay.
It's asking what I said. On average, from eating to booping, how many hours does it take for food to digest?
Is it my turn to answer first? Or is it Todd's?
It's yours.
6 to 8 hours.
6 to 8.
I'm going back to my Sardinia Elementary Health book answer.
Todd?
That's what Slim Goodbody said.
8 to 14 hours.
8 to 14 hours. Answer. No wonder your excrement looks like it does. 51 hours.
Gosh, I'm almost embarrassed to take that point, but I will.
Although it varies by food, it's typically in the stomach for up to 5 hours, the small intestine for up to 6 hours, where most of nutrients are absorbed, then up to 45 hours.
This was written by
Large.
somebody that's never been to White Castle.
Yeah, but it goes back to my original point. Starting from where? Starting from the first bite you ever eat?
Oh.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't
So-
know what you eat, but
so you would have to really figure that out. You would have to starve yourself for 2 days, and then eat, and then time it. That's the only way you would ever figure
You
this
have to
out.
Starve yourself for over 2 days, 51 hours.
Yeah, close. Yeah,
You
well,
cannot eat
I was
for
just being
51 hours.
do a colon cleanse, like, and then
colon cleanse. 48 hours, you'd probably be okay. You'd probably at least be able to tell.
Okay, there you go. After your next colonoscopy, start the clock. Eat after your colonoscopy and see how long it takes to go through. Because
Right.
you've already cleansed your colon.
Well, you said my next one. I haven't had my first one
I
yet.
was
So
gonna say me either.
Well, just saying.
you're going to color guard all the way.
That
Hope
that's
it doesn't spill. All right.
I get that point. Sadly.
All right. Next question is on tuna fist.
oh,
What's the score? I haven't seen the score in a while. Or at
4 to
least I
3.
haven't. Oh, okay. I
For
thought we were
you.
tied.
There you go. 4-3. Tuna fist, or tuna harish, or tuna feast.
Just tish.
Tuna redundant.
What is the weight of the heaviest tuna fish ever caught in pounds, according to the International Game Fish Association? That was a confident nod, Brady.
All right.
Brady?
Brady Chitween.
Todd's turn.
Oh, that's right. Brady did go first last time. Todd?
Yeah. I say 700 to 1,000
700 to 1,000
pounds.
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 Brady?
I said 375 to 550.
375 to 550. Answer is 1,496 pounds.
Sorry, Charlie.
Roughly the same weight as a dairy cow. It took just 45 minutes to pull it close enough to the boat to hook it with a pole in Nova Scotia in 1979.
Okay.
Okay. Todd with the point.
Man. I hope it wasn't a cow-handed fisherman.
All right. Next question is on feces. Poo. Excrement.
Brady's going to be hard to beat. He knows his shit.
I see what you did there.
All right.
I can't be number one. I'll be number two.
How much does a cow produce each day in pounds for the average 1,250-pound beef cow?
What was that? The average? What was the weight of the cow?
1,250 pounds.
Like that really...
Yeah, that went into your formula, didn't it?
It did. I mean, if it's small calf, it's not gonna, but if it's a big bull.
I'm going to say, so you have to know PPP here, pound per patty. You have to know that before you can figure this out.
Correct.
And then you got to know how many patty per day. You got to know your PPP and your PP day. Pounds per patty and patties per day.
PPD.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to say...
Not to be confused with your PPD squared, your piles per day. I think I got an answer here.
Oh, hold on, Brady.
Okay.
Hold on.
Each patty, I'm guessing. It's been a while since I've held a cow patty in my hand.
It's been about 50 years for me, a little over.
Where's Joe? Is Joe...
Why were you playing in cow patties when you were born?
Well, he said it's been a long time since he held a cow patty. I said it's been over 50 years for me. Never held one.
Nah, I gotcha.
I'm going to say the average cow shits.
Hey.
All right, I got it.
You're up.
15 to 21 pounds
15 to 21 pounds, Brady.
per day.
Per day.
I said 30 to 41 pounds per day.
30 to 41 pounds per day. The answer is 75 pounds.
Your bowels truly do move.
Poop quantities differ by type of cow, with dairy cows being most prolific poopers. Producing
The
up to
Holstein
100
as opposed to the Halfstein.
Produce up to 130 pounds a day.
Gosh.
So just for shits and giggles, how many pounds do you think humans poop a day?
Do you know the answer to this?
I do know the answer. To that.
Okay.
I'm going to say 7.
Gosh.
Brady?
I was going to go 3, and I thought that was pushing it.
Oh, well. No pun intended. Clearly you're not pushing it enough if it's only 3 pounds.
The answer is 1 pound per day.
Lightweights. Little light in the loafers, if you ask me.
It's better than...
5 to 4, Todd.
I got that point, didn't I?
Yeah, but I was still up 5 to 3.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All right. Giving birth to twins. What is the longest interval between births of twins? For natural births, you can agree on your own time limits for this one. So you can say it in minutes, you can say it in hours, you can say it however you want to say it.
Okay. Am I first on this one?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 5 to 10 days.
5 to 10 days. Todd?
I'm way lower. I said 24 to 48 hours.
24 to 48 hours.
So 1 to 2 days.
Gotcha. The answer is 87 days.
Lord.
Good Lord, that can't be possible.
No, all points negated.
One twin was born prematurely, but the Miracle
Wow.
Twins are both healthy today. The average twin birth interval is 17 minutes, and the fastest ever was 23 seconds. It's like coming down a water slide, man.
That's crazy.
So we're knotted up at 5. 5.
Dog
I have-
nodded.
All right. Steam trains. What is the fastest speed ever reached by one in miles per hour?
There's a lot to consider with this. Does it say, is it just the engine only, or how many cars are attached? Does it
Does
no
not say.
qualifiers?
No
It
qualifiers.
was the same way with the monster truck question. I mean, see, we're thinking men, so we need a little more input in order to give a more
Educated
honed in
guess.
answer to your query.
I've got a reasonable guess going from what I've got. Just to say, it's not the average, it's the fastest, right? Ever recorded?
Fastest ever recorded.
Whose turn to go first?
I think it's yours, Todd.
55 to 75.
55 to
per hour.
75 miles per hour. Brady?
I literally wrote down 60 to 80.
Okay. Answer 126 miles per hour. So Brady's range was higher.
I thought that was a bullet train. I thought those were
Yeah, I didn't think a steam engine would go that fast.
superconductors.
This compares to the top speed of 375 miles per hour for Japan's high-speed rail,
Okay.
although safety regulations limit operating speed to around 200 miles per hour in the case of that. So Brady back into the lead, 6-5. Next question on prawns.
Prawns? What the hell?
France. How many countries does it share a land border with? Just mainland France, no overseas regions.
Okay.
Oh, Brady's got me on this one. Goes much beyond fourth grade geography. I'm screwed. How many countries does it border?
How many countries border mainland France? Watching Brady go around in circles, trying to visualize the countries.
I think I've got it.
Well, Todd goes first.
No.
Brady
First
goes
on the
first.
steam engine. Yep.
Okay, Brady.
8 to 10.
8 to 10. Todd?
I said 6 to 8.
6 to 8.
Wow.
The answer is 8.
Null set.
Null set. Or you both get a point.
Nice.
Both get a point.
See, I didn't know if San Marino and Monaco were going to be included in that. And if the Basque region is recognized as a separate country.
See, you put way more thought. I was just trying to remember what the map looked like and think of the different colors and the different sections. I couldn't think of very many names of actual countries.
I came with Spain, Germany,
I had Spain,
Belgium,
Germany,
Italy, Netherlands, and San Marino, Monaco, and Luxembourg. In Switzerland.
Spain, Germany, and Italy are the only three I could think of by name, but I knew there were more.
Yeah. GBISMLSA. That's the 8 letters that those countries start with. So Germany, Belgium, Italy, Spain, Monaco, Luxembourg. What's the other S? Switzerland. And Austria, right?
So I was incorrect on the Netherlands.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Domino's.
Pizza or the toy?
The pizza.
Okay.
How many pizzas do they sell a week across the United States on average?
Lord.
On average, to the nearest 100,000.
How many do they sell a week in the United States?
How many do they sell a week? On average, to the nearest 100,000. So I believe Todd would be the first answer here.
Damn.
150 million to 200 million.
Ooh.
150 to 200 million pizzas. Brady?
Oh man, the way the answer was phrased might have colored my reasoning. I said 600,000 to 850,000.
600,000 to 850,000. Answer is 10.2 million.
Wow.
Per week.
I got to be honest with you. I wasn't thinking a week. I don't know what I was thinking, but I wasn't thinking a week. It was. I just didn't think about it because that would be low for a year. That'd be about 500 million pizzas a year.
Something like that.
So that's over an entire pizza per citizen in the United States. That's like 1 point something.
I think I was thinking a year. I was thinking of the last question we had like that, the vodka question.
Right.
Circle gets the square.
Next question is on the NFL.
Ooh.
How many points were scored in the highest scoring Super Bowl ever by both teams combined? So once again, NFL. How many points were scored in the highest scoring Super Bowl ever by both teams combined?
I got an answer.
So do I.
Okay.
It's not a right answer, but your turn, Brady.
Is me.
Yep. Go ahead.
It is 53 to 62.
53 to 62. Todd?
He's not giving a score. He gave his total point range, right?
Total point range, yeah.
I had 78 to 96.
Okay.
See, I'm thinking it was the Patriots versus the Falcons when it was 27-3, and Tom Brady came back. 27 times 2 is 54 plus a field goal. So I was thinking in that range.
That's just one. Is it one team?
Both teams combined.
Okay.
All right. Answer is 75 points.
Ooh.
In Super Bowl 29 in 1995, the 49ers beat the Chargers 49-26. The
Okay.
highest scoring game in the regular season was 113 points back in the year 1966.
I was thinking there was either a 40 mid-40s or high 40s to high 30s game.
And as soon as you said the 49ers, I couldn't remember who they blew out in the 90s. But I as soon as you said I was just hung up on the Falcons versus Patriots comeback.
Right. Okay, life expectancy in the year 1850. What was the life expectancy for a newborn in 1850 in years for those born in the United States?
So from newborn to adulthood?
Birth to death, life expectancy. Average.
Okay. In 1850?
1850. So for those birthed in 1850.
Got it.
Okay. Todd?
45 to 60.
45 to 60. Brady?
I said 54 to 64.
54 to 64. Answer is 39 years.
Gosh.
Life expectancy has since increased to 79 years. It's 76 for males, 81 for females. So, Todd, get the point.
I once read in the Aztec Empire that the life expectancy of the average male was 23.
Wow.
All that sacrificing.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to make an executive decision here. We're
All right.
202.
Oh,
We're tied at 8.
this
Next
is for all the
point wins.
marbles.
Or Lamar
Sudden death.
Earth.
All right. A
Winner. Winner take all the fat back.
all right. New York City is the topic. Topic that you both know all about. How many Broadway theaters are there in New York City?
So this gets into the designation. What constitutes a Broadway and off-Broadway production?
Yeah.
Oh, goat fudge. Man. Crap. I got an answer.
Brady?
Not happy about it.
Okay.
20 to 40.
20 to 40. Todd?
I said 11 to 25.
11 to 25. Answer is 41. 41. To be a Broadway theater, it must have, so just for your own
Must have a
information
Broadway.
here. Must have at least 500 seats and be within the theater district. Only 5 are actually on Broadway Street.
That's what I thought it meant to be on Broadway. Not that I was wrong by all means, but I thought it had to be on Broadway Street.
I figured it was a trick question like that. Like that's why I said about the on Broadway versus off Broadway designation. So like,
Yep.
And only shows in Broadway theaters can win Tony Awards.
Really?
There you go. Yep.
that's snobbery. Think of how many good plays and musicals, just because it's done in New York, it doesn't count.
There you go. 9-8, Brady with the victory.
Hard fought match.
Yes. All right, gentlemen. Good show. I want to remind you our audio version of this podcast comes out Friday morning, 3 a.m. You can find us on most anywhere. You can find an audio podcast, our big platforms, Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeartRadio, and the iHeartRadio app. But again, most anywhere you can find an audio podcast, video cast. It will be here on Facebook forever, and also on YouTube, archived there as well, and on Twitch.
Twitch.
Although those don't get archived, but anyway, go to our website. You can find our social media links: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Interact with us, admin@playitbyearpodcast.com. If you want to leave a voice message, yes, Ghana. That's one of our platforms, one of our big platforms in India for Indian fans. Leave a voice message. You can click the link at your podcast provider. Still going to push those voice messages. Haven't had one in a while.
Please, someone call us and just say hi.
All right. Anything else for the... Anything else for the good of the order?
Just be safe, all, and a big old hooday.
Hooday.
Hooday indeed.
We're coming for you, chefs. Takes out, Todd.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Play It By Ear podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter @Play It By Ear Pod 2, and our website at anchor.fm/Play It By Ear podcast. Thanks again, and join us next time as we play it by ear.